Hey, this is Malik Barnes, and this is my friend. And I would like to start off by asking you, what does African American depression mean to you? When you hear it, what do you think of?
It's something that's not spoken on. Like this is something that is not big as far as a big. There's obviously a big community as far as who is affected by it, but as far as just having resources or just just the knowledge of being able to speak about depression as far as being an African American male is like scarce honestly because we've been programmed by our environment and by society just to not speak on things like hold it in and keep it within ourselves and deal with it on our level or whatnot.
Yep.
Well,
And digging a little bit deeper into the topic, I would like to ask you, because this is actually the topic of the project, and I would like to ask you, what do you feel as if what do you feel the role of having a parent through this depression? How
it's
key is it?
huge. It's that's the when you what you don't know is when you're younger from the age of like probably like I think it's 3 to 8. That's like or like 3 to 6 or 7. It's one of them. Don't quote me. That's when your personality is made and traits and morals are developed when you're a kid. Obviously, from being whoever your guardian is, seeing them every day, how they react and how they think or whatnot, it falls upon you. So, as far as just having a strong support system or having parents that you can be open to and talk to makes things a lot better because but it also are cases where the parents have been programmed to deal with things to themselves and not express it so they may not have that relationship or have put that information out to their kids as far as having someone to talk to. So,
So, what was your relationship to,
no, I won't with my parents. I mean, I have a good relationship with my mom now, but when I was younger, I was in the foster system. So,
and what do you feel through those kind of broken relationships? What do you feel would have been beneficial to you through going through your pain?
um, what has been beneficial? Just life is about um, experiences. It's like you can have good and bad experiences from multiple, like from different people. So it's just you can learn from every encounter. So it's like through those experiences that I did have with those different families or whatnot, I've learned right ways to do things and ways that I said I'm not gonna do things as far as so you can learn from a lot of people. So that's how I've made it beneficial to me. Just take it from different sources.
Okay, and so with you finding these resources and stuff like that, would you like to go a little bit in depth in how do you feel that the parents should approach this topic and carrying it on? Because as we all know, it kind of starts with it starts with the parents because parents are eventually going to raise kids to be parents. So, in trying to not eliminate this stereotype of this thing that is over us, where we don't see therapy and we don't go to see help because we feel like that it's just a quote unquote white thing. What do you think could be a solution as a parent?
Having an like open door relationship with your kids, letting them know that they can speak to you about things that you a no judgment zone, and that's the only way. Cause it's like if you don't let them know that they have that door or that outlet, it's like it does no one no good. So it's like that's something you have to be
And growing up, what kind of outlets did you have? If not, if any.
friends, family, friends or whatnot. Those are the outlets that you have. Everybody have friends or whatnot they can talk to. So those are our outlets even now. Because it's like even now when things make you upset or whatnot, like nine times out of ten you relay that to your friend or your significant other, which is your friend. So it's like your friends is like another form of support. Well, it is another support system.
So to a parent that has a kid that is going through this internally and don't really have the courage to speak up about it because they feel like that either they'll be judged or they'll be not heard, what advice would you give to the parents to open up that door that is probably closed at the moment, or is
you
not,
talking about
or the communication is not as good?
you talking about the as far as them having a relation, like being able to talk to their kids.
Yeah, opening up that door if it was already closed.
So you gotta talk about it. You gotta bring the situation back up. You have to obviously allow time for healing or whatnot, whatever the case may be. But and just sometimes you just have to understand that like some things are just the way they are. Like you can't. We always try to stress how you can, if you do good, like or whatnot, things could change over time or whatnot. But sometimes you just have to realize that things are how they are, and you have to move on accordingly with your life. Cause it's like everything's not gonna be your way in life. Like maybe you and your mom will just might not ever see eye to eye. In some cases, it may be like that, but you just have to know how to move accordingly and not let that affect you, and still could have a healthy relationship with your mom. But you just know, like once you realize things are out of your control, it's like you have to just adjust and move on. That's my only advice for real. Like, just some things just can't control. Without your control, you can't stress over it because it's
And as I've been doing a little research, I realized that the origin of African American depression really
slavery.
origin and started from slavery, and in which that the parent, the father was had to go work, and the mom had to take care of the kids, and with the mom having to take care of the kids and having her being the parent for two and having going through her pains and her struggles and everything, how do you feel, how important or what role do you feel like that women play in African American depression?
Yeah, man, the backbone as far as being support, because it's like those fortunate enough that still have their mom in their life, like that just shows like nobody really thinks about the things they have to go through and still be strong and you know um, to their kids or whatnot, because if not worse, they go through things 10 times more than or probably equally the same as far as what an African American male has to go through just in society itself, as far as not being looked at as equal to a white woman or another race or whatnot, or just following those stigmas of mom having 2, 3 kids with different dads or whatnot. Just that stigma of depression that has been passed on to women or women that don't know the father. Like just that in itself all bottles in to them still being able to be providers to their kids and still get things done, work two, 3 jobs, get their degree. Like it's still yeah.
And what would be your last words on bringing awareness to the situation? Because, and I'm not saying that depression is not something that everybody goes through, but focusing on the task at hand, what do you feel would help bring awareness to this situation that has affected you and so many other people?
Peers, having others of your in the same age group be able to voice what they got going on so that others can relate and be like, damn. Or be like, man, I'm not the only one going through that. Like, it makes dealing with your situation a lot easier and puts you in that mindset of, okay, we can overcome this, or I can go overcome this because I'm not the only one going through this.